Alright, welcome back everybody. I'm Onitson, and this is a test run of a couple decks that are designed to show off some of the cards from the Ancient Mathoms series Grant and I have been doing. Um, we're going to take a couple decks with our new and revised cards up against Raid on the Grey Havens, traditionally known as quite a difficult quest. I don't expect to win because these decks are in fact restricted to core set only cards, um, just using the updated versions that the Ancient Mathoms project has provided. And so it's going to be interesting, but I do want to just showcase how the new cards work and how decks built with them can function. So, uh, in this corner, we have a nice little leadership lore deck. Theodred, Aragorn, Glorfindel, 32 threat. Maybe not something you'd want to go up against Journey Along the Anduin with, but still quite a nice deck here. Got two very powerful heroes. And then we have we have an opening hand that, well, at least allows us to show off some of the changes we've made. Here's the new Gandalf's Search. We can spend a single resource to look at the top 5 cards of our deck, or in this case, 2 resources for both players to do it. Um, and then we'll look at the top 5 cards, add a card to your hand, and rearrange the rest in any order. Here's the new Guard of the Citadel. After he commits to the quest, choose a hero, and until the end of the phase, any damage that would be assigned to that hero is assigned to the guard instead. Um, the new self-preservation is limit 1 per character, but the attached character does gain +2 hit points. So that opens up some interesting space there. And then finally in this opening hand we have Ever Vigilant, which readies any character, and until the end of the phase that character gets ranged, and Sentinel. So we'll see how this goes. I do, however, want to shuffle this hand away. I'm looking for Steward of Gondor. Even nerfed, it's worth it. Well, we didn't get anything. Oh, nope, there's Lorien's Wealth. That is another new card. 2 cost, choose a player. That player may draw 3 cards. Then if you control a Noldor or Sylvan hero, each player may draw a card. We do have Sneak Attack Gandalf, though, and that is not something that should be taken lightly. Not at all. So, over in this deck here, we have a Tactics Spirit deck. Eowyn and Legolas, of course, remain the same. Thalen, however, has had an update. He now quests using his attack instead of his willpower. So basically he treats every quest as if it were a battle quest, which offers up some interesting possibilities for playing him. Speaking of heroes, I did forget to note, Theodred has received a slight upgrade. His point of defense moved to willpower, 2 willpower instead of 1, and Glorfindel now has the healer trait, and when you use his ability to heal a point of damage, the character he healed gets +1 willpower, attack, and defense. His limit has also been relaxed slightly to once per phase. So, in this opening hand, we see Unexpected Courage, which is now limit 1 per hero. That's probably fine. And then this Horseback Archer reduced cost by 1 and has an action letting us spend a tactics resource to toss it around the board and deal damage to various enemies. So we have some interesting options there. I think I want to keep that opening hand. Test of Will is nice. Unexpected Courage is really nice. And having some allies to get out is always useful. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Setup says we discard until we find 2 locations with the Aflame keyword. So Mythlond Harbor does not have it, so we'll take the White Ship and Elven Wave Runner. Whew, we're going to have a lot of threat to start with. this is going to get interesting. Let's go ahead and draw up. Ooh. Ooh, now that is an interesting possibility. But over here, we've drawn a feint. Very interesting indeed. So, what to do? What to do? There is currently 12 threat in staging. We're going to be able to send $13 plus anything we play. We can't really play anything that has willpower. However, and I think this is in fact the right choice, we're going to bring down a Son of Arnor to engage Sahir's Ravager. Which brings us down to 9 threat in staging. We're going to save that. Next round we'll play Lorien's Wealth. And over here, let's get out a Gondorian Spearman. So, let's quest 2, 4 resource to Aragorn, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We quest for 13 against 9. First reveal. Umbar Raider. Ooh, okay. Second reveal. Ooh, another one of Sahir's Ravagers. So we had 5. And I'm gonna discard one of these Ever Vigilants to Eowyn so that we break even. And we are going to travel to that Elven Wave Runner. Then oof. This is going to be tricky, I think. In the engagement phase, let's see, what can I kill? Alright, I think regardless of what we do, we're going to lose Glorfindel's resource there. It's unfortunate, but I think it's just what's going to happen. Alright, I'm going to optionally engage Sahir's Ravager, which means that this Umbar Raider will come down at the same time. Oh, both of which, by the way, have a point of damage on them. Because that's what happens when you're questing with Thalen. Shadow cards out. And we're going to sneak attack in Gandalf, who will put 4 damage on that Ravager. And we'll just defend against that one with the Gondorian Spearman, getting rid of it. Now, what to do about these other 2 incoming attacks? I have, in fact, enough attack that I could kill off this second Ravager, assuming that nothing bad happens too much with this Unbarred Raider. Alright. We're going to chump block the Ravager with the Son of Arnor and take the Unbarred Raider undefended. Burning Pierce goes to the staging area, that's unfortunate. And Glorfindel takes 3 damage and will move 1 right there. And then Gandalf and Legolas will attack and kill this other Ravager. Oh, by the way, he put a damage on the Wave Runner, but we have killed him, and with Legolas, placed 2 progress. I forgot to advance the quest. Alright, at the end of the round, each Aflame location takes 1 damage, or each one in the staging area takes 1 damage, and then we'll deal X damage to the Aflame location in play with the lowest value, and where X is the number of Corsairs, so that one goes on the active location, but it's Aflame 3, so it is not gone yet. So we're gonna be fine, I hope. Another Valiant Sacrifice, I see. That would have been nice. Oh yes, and Gandalf returns to my hand. That would have been nice to have had, you know, a round ago. Okay, this deck is first player. We'll toss an Unexpected Courage on Glorfindel. And while we're at it, a Horseback Archer. So Burning Piers is now up to 2 threat. There's currently 8 threat in staging. You know, that is not the worst outcome that could have happened, I think. So, a number of things we can do here. That Raider is now 4 attack. I would not feel bad about having Feint available. I would also not feel bad about getting to play Lorien's Wealth. So well, we'll see what we can do. We're going to quest with Theodred, Aragorn, and Glorfindel. Oh, actually, we're going to quest over here first with Éowyn and Thalen. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 again. Passing our resource to Thalen, I think, so we have that Feint ready if we need it. And Aragorn will spend his resource to ready himself. Yes, I think that is what we're going to do. So 13 against 8. First reveal. Corsair Arsonist. Either deal 2 to a flame location in play. Yeah, that'll be Dream Chaser, I think. And and we'll take a damage. That's fine. Card number 2 is another white ship. Really, we just added 6 more threat to the staging area. 6 more. We'll discard that Veteran Axe Hand to Éowyn. And we need 1 more. That sounds to me very much like Glorfindel needs to heal himself, boosting his willpower by 1. The other option, of course, is to discard, but I don't think I want to do that. Yeah. I want to keep cards in my hand. So we make a single progress, clearing the Elven Wave Runner, and as a result, each player draws a card. Ooh, hi Henemarth. And another Dwarven Axe. Not the worst thing that could happen. Traveling. These Burning Piers are just going to get worse. So we'll travel there. I really don't want to have to deal with one more Corsair enemy from these white ships. So we'll optionally engage a Corsair Arsonist. And alright, we will feint the Raider. Aragorn will block the Arsonist. It does not destroy a character. Legolas will kill the Arsonist, putting 2 progress on the Burning Piers, while the Horseback Archer and Glorfindel will attack for 5 to put 3 damage on the Raider, killing it. Ooh, I'm glad we feinted that. Looks like we did not need to use Ever Vigilant, although it might have been a good idea to do that to ready Legolas and toss that out, but no matter. We'll take 1 damage on each of Flame location, but that will be all. Let's ready everybody up. Another copy of Henemarth. Power in the Earth. I think that's an oversight. These locations are not locations that you want to remain in play. Let's let's go over here where we are going first, and we will play Henemarth because that extra willpower is nice. And I think that's all. I want to hardcast Gandalf and then play both Valiant Sacrifices when Gandalf leaves. Over here, we are going to give Legolas Dwarven Axe. He's now up to 4 attack and can exhaust it to get a 2nd point of attack, so that's 5 attack. If he were a dwarf, that would be 6 attack, but that's not the case. If we had reading on Thalen, we could do that, but that would require engaging enemies with this deck, and I don't feel like that at the moment. So, we're going to need some card draw, and that means saving up for Lorien's Wealth. So this turn, we're questing for 2, 4, 6. The resource goes to Glorfindel. Aragorn will ready. Aragorn will not ready. 2, 4, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Against 10. First reveal. There are no engaged non-ship enemies, so it surges to another Sahir's Ravager. And doomed 2. Each a flame location takes 1 damage. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It does not gain surge. We've added exactly 3 threat to the staging area. I will discard Henemarth Riversong to make a progress, which clears the Burning Piers. I can travel to this white ship, and I can choose the enemy that I pull out. Okay. So we'll do that. And I will look in the encounter deck to see who's in there. Infiltrator. Ig. Not a fan. Arsonist has a when revealed effect. Yeah, we're going to pull you out of the encounter deck. What shadow effects are there? Okay. That one could be problematic. Okay. Alright then. We'll see what happens. And now, ooh, the Ravager is going to have to come down. Which means a damage on one of the flame locations, which means this white ship is going to go away. Which is unfortunate. But that's alright. So we'll engage it. The Corsair Arsonist will come down on its own. Oh, it appears that I counted wrong. I had 2, 4, 7, 8. I had 14 on my own without discarding Hennemarth. So I'm actually going to... Well, no. I'll assume that I did it anyways and put the progress there. I'm going to play... This is not the best use case for this card, but I'm going to ready Hennemarth Riversong. And we're going to take a Corsair Arsonist undefended. Damage onto Glorfindel. Hennemarth is going to block the Ravager. We're going to chump block here. And spend 2 resources to play both Valiant Sacrifices. Drawing 4 cards. There's something. Goodbye, Hennemarth. Unfortunately. And now, and Sahir's Ravager attacks, placing a damage on the white ship. Now, we'll need 4 attack to kill the Arsonist, and 8 attack to kill the Ravager. I don't have 8 attack, or I don't have enough for both. So, Legolas will attack for 5 with Glorfindel. That's 8. There's the Ravager gone. 2 progress on the white ship. And the Horseback Archer will ping for 1. And that's what's going to happen at the end of the round. A damage on each flame location in the staging area. This one is placed under the Haven's Burn. And we will reveal a card from the encounter deck. Burning Piers. That's actually a lot better. That's actually a lot better. Ah, Calabrian Stone. Another power in the earth. That's quite unfortunate. In retrospect, discarding those would have been better than playing Hennemarth, but, you know. Alright, we're going to start off here by playing Lorien's Wealth, targeting the Leadership lore deck. 2 cost. We're going to draw 3 cards. And now, because we control a Noldor character, each player will draw a card. Okay. It's not awful. Over here, we are going to give Legolas a second Dwarven Axe. Legolas is up to 5 attack natively and can go up to 7 at need. And since he's swinging only once at the moment, he will be going up to 7. I think we'll want to save up for self-preservation. If we can, let's get out a guard of the Citadel for some questing power, and Theodred will give the resource to himself, so we'll have sneak attack Gandalf if we need it. We need to have a plan for Sahir. Yeah, we need to have a plan. Alright, for Nasia, we'll plan on sneak attacking Gandalf. For Sahir, that won't work. For Sahir, we're just gonna have to chump block for a while, I think. We have a Gondorian Spearman, we have 2 of them. That gives us something. So, let's quest 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can quest for 12 against currently 3 in the staging area. That should be enough. Card 1, an Infiltrator, who takes a damage, that's fine. Card 2, a second Infiltrator, who likewise takes a damage. Yep, that'll be fine. That will be just fine, I think. Oh. Okay, actually, let's resolve the quest. We added 4 threat to the staging area. We make 5 progress. 5. Cleared out the white ship. Traveled to the burning piers. We'll engage 1 infiltrator over here. The other one right there. There's the arsonist. And now, actually that goes the other way around. Not that it matters too much, they're all random, but rules are rules, as they say. Gondorian Spearman will block the Infiltrator, dealing that second point of damage to kill him before the shadow effect goes off, thus saving the Spearman. We'll take the Arsonist undefended, 2 damage on Theodred, and Aragorn can block that Infiltrator, taking a point of damage. Now, Glorfindel attacks for 3, that's enough to kill the Arsonist on its own. Legolas can kill the Infiltrator on his own, placing 2 progress on the burning piers. At the end of the round, another damage goes on Dream Chaser. Now we'll ready everybody up. Ah, very nice. Very nice indeed. Lore of Imladris. And we've drawn another horseback archer. I see. Well, let's get out a second Gondorian Spearman. And here, let us play the second guard of the Citadel. All right. So we're going to funnel our resources to Glorfindel for a little while. Theodred and Glorfindel will quest, leaving Aragorn ready. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Questing for 13 against 2 is what we see at the moment. First card is an Elven Wave Runner, that's beautiful. Second card is a Pillaged Ship, which we can give 3 damage to, that's fine. We've added 5. We're making 6 progress, which is 1 there, 6, and 5 on the Corsair's Assault. We clear the burning piers. Let's travel to that pillaged ship, just because things could go poorly. Actually, what is the topmost enemy in the discard pile? An infiltrator. Yeah, no. I'll just take the damage there. Well, there's nothing to be done, so we'll take a damage on that one, a damage on that one. And ready everybody up. Second sneak attack. I think we're set now. And a Lorien Guide. Eowyn will play a Lorien Guide. And over here, Glorfindel will play Self-Preservation on himself. And we will drop down Celebrian's Stone onto Aragorn. And because there's no reason not to, we'll be using Self-Preservation to heal a couple damage off of Glorfindel. 2-5 in the staging area. Aragorn is now at 4 willpower. And we'll go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh yes, and this Lorien Guide, after it enters play, choose a player. Each of that player's heroes gains +1 willpower until the end of the round. That will be this player. So actually, we're questing for 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 3 is 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21 against 5 with a progress token on the active location. So the first card we reveal is a Mithlond Harbor, which searches. Into Battle Hardened, there are no non-ship enemies. It gains Surge, so there's a white ship. This is all the first card, which is added 5 threat, and the second card is Corsair Arsonist. So I have to deal 2 damage to a flame location in play. That white ship is fine. So we've added 7. We're up to 12. We're making 9 progress, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I will discard a Power in the Earth to boost it. And I will discard... I'll save that Lord from Ladris. We'll just boost it by 1. So we need 4 more progress. We are going to travel to an Elven Wave Runner. I am going to engage a Corsair Arsonist, who did, after all, take a point of damage from that one. Going to spend a resource. No, I'm not. It's only attacking for 2. I'll block with Glorfindel because I'd like to get off an attack with Legolas and get the progress. So Glorfindel takes 2 damage. And Legolas will kill the Arsonist, putting 2 progress on the active location. Alright. Once more into the breach. Draw an Axe Hand. Draw our 3rd and final Guard of the Citadel. This round, these 2 are coming down. Which means that we... Alright, so the last player is this player. We will be losing 2 events. So if there's a thing to cancel with Test of Will, we will. Because I would rather not lose these 4. This is actually the perfect round to advance. So, Let's play down a Snowborn Scout as a chump blocker. Clearing the Elven Wave Runner, each of us will draw a card. Oh. Oh, now that's interesting. Yeah. Let's play down the Steward of Gondor. We control 3 heroes with the Noble trait. And we will put it on Aragorn. It enters play exhausted, so we won't be able to access the resources this round, but next round we will have a lot. Actually, I almost half feel like putting it on Glorfindel. That way we can start paying for some of these 2-cost lore events. So, we're going to need a Gandalf to take out Nasya. That should be enough, though. And oh, well, that goes on. And over here, we'll put out a horseback archer, I suppose. It all works. And we'll save up Eowyn's resources. And we will quest 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 17, 18. Against 2, 3, 7. We're winning by 11. We need to make 4 progress. That should be possible. First card, Battle Hardened. There are no raiders in play. It gains Surge. Second card is a raid leader. Okay. Third card, or, well, second card, really, is an Umbar Raider. So that makes 5. We make 6 progress. Advancing the quest. Add both Captain Sahir and Nasya to the staging area. Enemy side face up. Each player reveals the top card of the encounter deck. Doomed 2. Okay. Deal the damage to each flame location in play. And there were not 3, so less than 3 total damage were dealt, so it gains Surge. Ah, Sahir's Ravager. And the second card, another one. How impressive. This is going to cause problems. There we go. Kills the white ship, revealing a raid leader. And it gains Surge. Well then. That's interesting. And Captain Sahir and Nasya each gain 10, and Sahir comes here. Nasya comes there. Actually, I misplayed that second one, which would have left. When that second one came out, I should have played a Test of Will to cancel it, which would have saved me 2 encounter cards. And I'll shuffle them all up to avoid the shadows. I had a Test of Will. Not only did I have a Test of Will, I knew I was about to lose a Test of Will. And I had even said that I needed to cancel something. So I also lose my Hasty Stroke, because that is a thing that happens when Nasya engages you. Alright. Of course, at this point, that white ship is going to take that last damage at the end of the round. Anytime players would place progress on this quest, remove an equal amount of damage from locations in play instead. Actually. So yeah, I'll leave the white ship in the staging area. Okay, we'll optionally engage the raid leader over here. He's going to take one from there, and then we'll optionally engage that so that Sahir's Ravager comes down, like so. Alright. This is slightly annoying, but we can deal with it. Now, we'll sneak attack Gandalf, dealing 4 damage to Nasia. Nasia is not immune to player card effects. Oh, should, however, have 2 more of those. So Nasia takes 4 damage, and it's added to the victory display immediately. Now we're a little better off. And we'll deal out shadow cards, because that should have happened first. Okay, so Sahir is attacking for 6. The Ravager for 5. Or for 4. The Raider for 1, but will probably be well, we'll be stealing Glorfindel's resource unless we use it. So we'll use Glorfindel's resource to heal himself. He's now 4 attack until the end of the round, just in case that matters. Alright, we have 4 enemies we have to deal with. And 3 defenders plus Gandalf if we want to use Gandalf. How much do we need to kill Sahir? Sahir will be adding 4, so we'll have 14 tokens we need to eat through. 14 tokens to eat through. Plus his 2 defense and 5 hit points. So 21. Glorfindel is 4. 8 with Gandalf. Plus 7 with Legolas is 15. 16, 17, 18, 19. 20 with the Gondorian Spearman. 21 with a direct damage. Okay, yeah, we can do it. I think we can kill Sahir this turn. Which will mean that Sahir's Ravager is going to destroy that white ship, but that's fine. That's fine. Actually, knowing that, we should have traveled to the Mythlond Harbor, because there's no travel effects, and it at least will let us place progress on the staging area. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, Gondorian Spearman deals a damage to Sahir, cancelled by one of the resources. Reveal a shadow card, nothing. It kills the Spearman, adding 4 more damage to Captain Sahir. Then we will chump block this Ravager with a Snowborn Scout. Okay. The Scout is dead. We place a resource there, then we deal a damage to the white ship, which reveals, instead of pillaged ship, what is the topmost enemy? A raid leader. I don't want that raid leader. We will instead take the 3 damage. Oh, yes, and that white ship goes again under the Haven's Burn. We still have 3 that can go under there before we'd lost. And our last thing here is an Umbar Raider, who will take Undefended, doing 3 damage to Glorfindel, healing off 2 with self-preservation. Now remember, oh yes, and the last Gondorian Spearman will deal a damage to the raid leader, and Burning Piers is added to the staging area. Alright. And that Spearman is gone. Now, we have 4 attack from Glorfindel, 5, 6, 7, 8 with Gandalf, plus 8, 10, 12 with the archers, plus 5 is 17, 18, 19. We are currently attacking for 19, which will discard... Okay, 19 minus 2 defense, so we're doing 17 damage, which will take off all 13 resources and put 4 damage on Captain Zahir. And then, because I can, I will spend a resource to smooth that horseback archer over and deal a final point of damage to Zahir, sending him to the victory display. Oh, I think I forgot to damage these guys from Thalen. Oh well, life goes on. We had no resources to go on the Umbar Raider. I think I've got everything. Oh yes, and when Legolas killed him, we placed 2 progress on him at Mithlan Harbor. Alright. And there we go. At the end of the round, Gandalf returns to my hand. I draw a copy of Gandalf's Search. Let's grab some resources on Glorfindel. Stand together. That would have been nice at some point. So, and a Northern Tracker. We're not likely to be able to get that into play. There are 3 copies of the Horn of Gondor in this deck. We've been chump blocking enough that we'd have earned quite a few resources on Eowyn if we'd have found it, but, we didn't find it. So, this deck is first player. How much will we need to kill this raid leader? Oh, yes, and at the end of the round, a damage to each flame location in play. Oh boy. It's a little closer than I want it to be. Maybe I shouldn't have traveled to that Mithlan Harbor. On the other hand, I think all of the things that are indiscriminate about dealing damage are out of the encounter deck, so that's something. Alright, we need 1 big push. It's unlikely we'll get enough of a big push to get through it here. So, Theodred will ready up Aragorn. We can save a sneak attack to kill off that raid leader. We don't particularly need anything else. And, alright. Request for 2. Spend a resource. 6 with Aragorn, readying him with Theodred's resource. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, before we do that, just in case, we have a couple resources here. We'll play Gandalf's Search. The first player will look at the top 5 cards. Any of these which are particularly useful. I'll never say no to another chump blocker. And in order, I want Valiant Sacrifice, and Glairwine, and Faramir. And over here, we'll look at the top 5 cards. I want the Horn of Gondor, and then a Feint on the top of the deck. Then after that, it doesn't really matter too much. So, given that, I'll play the Horn of Gondor onto Eowyn, and then over here I will play down a Snowborn Scout, putting a progress token on those Burning Piers, which are actually, by the way, at 2 threat. So there's currently 6 in the staging area. And no, we're going to need the willpower. We'll sneak attack Gandalf in the quest phase, dealing 4 damage and killing off the raid leader. And now, 2, 6 readying with Aragorn's resource, 9, 10, 11, 15. We're going to target Glorfindel and Theodred with those guards. So 15, 19, 20, 21, 22 with the Lorien Guide. 22 against 6. First reveal. Put to the torch 3 damage either to a character he controls or to a flame location in play. Well, we'll deal that 3 damage straight to the guard of the Citadel, who dies, I'm sorry. Destroyed, so Eowyn gains a resource from the Horn of Gondor. And, oh, I don't have Valiant Sacrifice. That's unfortunate. Oh, each player. So we lose a point of willpower from that. And you know what? We can handle 3 damage on Legolas. That's not a problem. Next card is Corsair Infiltrator. So we've added 2 threat. So we're about to make 13 progress. Anytime we would place progress on this quest, remove an equal amount of damage from locations in play instead. And it's placed on the active location before triggering this effect. So we can remove 13 damage. That's 11 and 2 from that pillaged ship. And the Corsair Infiltrator took a point of damage. That's fine. And self-preservation will heal up Glorfindel 2 more points of damage. I'm going to travel to that Burning Piers because I want to. And so here is in the victory display, we will win the game after every location has no damage on it. So I'll optionally engage a Corsair Infiltrator, spend a resource to toss the Horseback Archer over here, dealing a damage to the Infiltrator. First we'll deal out Shadow cards though. The Infiltrator dies, taking his Shadow card with him. Very good. And now, Legolas will have more than enough to kill that Ravager, at least, well no, with the help of a Horseback Archer, or the help of Glorfindel. Glorfindel will spend his resource. Legolas is now at 6 attack, 8 with the, if you exhaust the axes, which means that Glorfindel and the 2 archers will be able to kill the raider, which means that Aragorn can defend the raider. Good. Taking a point of damage. And the Snowborn Scout can jump the Ravager. Eowyn will blow a horn. And now Legolas, who's at 6 with the boost from Glorfindel, 7, 8, will kill the Ravager, placing 2 progress on the Burning Piers and clearing it. Glorfindel will attack for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and kill off the Umbar Raider. And there we are. Gandalf returns to hand, or should have returned to hand at the end of the quest phase. And we'll ready everybody up. There's Valiant Sacrifice. There's Faint. Glorfindel. 3 resources. Heal that off. And this is the round we quest to victory, methinks. Oh yes, and damage on a flamed location. So, time to quest. Theodred, Aragorn, Glorfindel, Guard of the Citadel, Eowyn, Theoden, Lorien Guide. Glorfindel, with all those resources, will do the Lore of Imladris to heal and ready Aragorn. That makes 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 against 4 in the staging area. And a fair amount of boosting available. Card 1 is a Ravager. Card 2 is an Infiltrator. Each take a damage from Thalen. We make 8 progress, which clears all the damage in play, and the players have won the game. Whew. That was fun. I quite enjoyed that. I'm really excited with the way these cards have turned out. That Dwarven Axe is actually a lot more useful than you expect it to be. Lorien's Wealth is really, really fun to play. If you control an Noldor or a Sylvan, that's 2 cost for 4 cards, which is powerful but not overpowered, I believe. Especially considering that the signature lore card draw event, Mithrandir's Advice, is 1 cost for 3 cards. This is double the cost for roughly the same amount of card draw, plus a little bit extra if you control a Noldor or Sylvan hero. But you can always double up on them. Over here, never did get a chance to use Stand Together. Of course, this isn't a deck where it really is all that useful. Stand Together really needs low threat to make it work, and is best if you have a character who's nice for defending. Then it will allow you to do things like defend with your Gondorian Spearman, and then add, well, out of these decks it would be probably Thalen would be really the only option. An ideal circumstance would be Baragond. So the Gondorian Spearman can defend for 5 with Baragond's boost from Stand Together, and then deal the damage, maybe 2 damage from Spears of the Citadel, or again, if you have multiple Gondorian Spearmen and multiple Spears of the Citadel, you can start doing direct damage all over the place. The new Horseback Archer I like very much. Moving around to deal just that last point of direct damage is not only fun, it's useful, as we saw when we killed Sahir. And insert all the other times we used it here. Not to mention that 2 cost for 2 ranged attack is just about exactly what you're looking for in tactics. Glorfindel, I am falling in love with this new version of Glorfindel. It doesn't seem like it's that much more powerful, but it is. Just to heal a point of damage and those boosted stats can be clutch. Other cards, we really didn't get to see the Guard of the Citadel see use in this game. The direct damage effects are targeted, which means that anything that might threaten a hero could also just be used placed on the guard naturally without the ability. But in quests like some of the core set quests where Necromancer's Reach is a problem, um, you could have the Guard of the Citadel target Eowyn, and her squishy hit point pool would not be placed in jeopardy with Necromancer's Reach. Anyways, this has been a fun game. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy it. Until next time, goodbye.